Hey, what is up guys? My name is True Underdog, here today with a guide on how to play Rainbow Mika. This guy will discuss her special moves, normal attacks, V-trigger, V-reversal, and V-skill. So sit back, relax, and let's break this character down step by step. To start off, let's begin with her normal attacks. Now we're going to start with the light attacks, then work our way up to the heavy attacks, and then end with the command attacks. So let's get right to it. Standing light punch and crouching light punch are both good for escaping pressure, but can no longer combo. In previous betas, you could link standing light punch into standing light kick, but that no longer seems to be the case. So from now on, they're just for escaping pressure. Standing light kick is great for starting off combos, since it links into standing medium punch quite easily. Whereas crouching light kick hits low and has pretty decent range. It's a bit deceiving though. Notice I'm hitting Charlie but he's not getting hit. Scoot a bit closer, and there you go. You can't combo after it, but it's a great way to expose your opponent if they're not blocking low. Standing medium punch doesn't have great range, but can combo into standing heavy punch for some pretty damaging combos. Crouching medium punch works great as an anti-air, but shouldn't be used much outside of that. And keep in mind that it won't win every single time. Standing heavy punch does great damage and does great stun, but is not safe on block, so make sure to always combo into it with standing medium punch. Otherwise you could be punished for it. Crouching heavy punch has good range and forces the opponent to stand back up, which makes it useful in certain situations, like corner resets. Now standing heavy kick is a very complicated move. If you just tap it, it does good damage and good stun and has some pretty great range too. However, if held down, it'll have better range and can be comboed after too. It's also safe on block, just so you know. It also goes through projectiles if timed properly, and can cause a crush counter as well. Crouching heavy kick causes a knockdown and has pretty decent range, but is not safe on block. Alrighty, now let's cover her jumping attacks. Jumping light kick is great for cross-ups. Jumping heavy kick has great range and does good damage. Jumping heavy punch does good damage, but doesn't have great range, so space it properly. Next, let's discuss her command attacks. Passion Rope Throw throws the opponent towards whichever direction you choose, so if I hold forward, he goes forward. If I hold back, he goes backward. This can always be comboed after with V-trigger, but we'll get into that more later. It's also a great weapon for corner combos. It's not safe on block though, so be careful how you use it. Lady Mika does good damage and can be comboed after. It's also safe on block for some reason, so feel free to use it whenever. Dive Bomb is very tricky for cross-ups, but I recommend going straight above the opponent's head so that even you don't know if it's a cross-up. That makes it very ambiguous and very hard to block. Now onto her special moves. Shooting Peach does good damage and is your main way to end combos, but make sure to always do it in a combo. If you do it raw, it's very unsafe and you will get punished for it. So be careful how you use it, you gotta be responsible with it. The light version has the least range and does the least damage, but is very easy to combo into, because it starts up very fast. Whereas the medium version has slower startup, but gains better range and does more damage. So you can always combo after things like standing medium punch. And honestly, the medium version is your main way for ending most combos. The heavy version has the most range and does the most damage, but starts up the slowest, so it only combos after heavy attacks. The EX version starts up fast and does good damage. It also has one hit of armor, allowing you to go through projectiles and punish jump-ins. Wingless Airplane works great as an anti-air. The light version has the least range, but starts up the fastest. The medium version has better range, but starts up a bit slower. The heavy version has the best range, but takes the longest to start up. The EX version starts up fast, is invincible, and does the most damage, making it a great way to end combos. Rainbow Typhoon is unblockable and does great damage, and also switches sides. It also has pretty damn good range, making it a great way to throw the opponent towards the corner. The light version does good damage. The medium version does better damage, and the heavy version does even more damage. The EX version does the most damage and starts up very fast, making it a great option, but it has no invincibility frames, so use it wisely. It's not a good way to escape from pressure. Brimstone does less damage, but keeps the opponent on the same side of the screen, which is a great way to keep the opponent in the corner. The light version does the least damage. The medium version does more damage. And the heavy version does even more damage. The EX version starts up quick and does the most damage. Our Mika's super is fast and unblockable, but only hits grounded opponents, so if they're in the air, it won't connect. Unlike most grapples, this super can actually be comboed into after a standing heavy punch. Alrighty, last but not least, we'll be covering her V skill, V trigger, and V reversal. So let's start with the V skill. Our Mika's V skill is very interesting. The longer you hold it down, the more damage your next command grab does. So in other words, if I let it finish, my next command grab will be a one-hit kill, and I am not lying to you when I say that. If you don't believe me, just check it out. We're gonna do it right now. And it's a KO, everybody. Look at that shit, instant kill. Now obviously, you won't have that much time to charge it, and you'll have to pick when you do. I find a good time to charge it is after a butt slam. Just for a bit though, not for too long, right? Another good time to charge it is after a rope toss. You can even charge it after a command throw. During her V skill, Mika always has one hit of armor, allowing her to absorb one attack, and if you're lucky, hit the opponent with the microphone, which doesn't do very much damage, but it does interrupt their next attack. Mika's V skill allows her to call in her tag team partner. And you can actually control which direction this goes, so if I hold forward, she'll come from behind. Whereas if I hold backward, she'll come from the front. This V-trigger is great for extending combos. Mid-screen or in the corner, either way is fine. But what's even more interesting is that if you hold the buttons down, she won't come until later. This allows you to approach your opponent because they'll be afraid to attack. If they do, they can get hit. So if you're ever at full screen and you need some way to get in, go ahead and use that V skill. Dash in, go for a cross-up, here she comes. Just be careful when you do choose to call her in, because you only get to call in her help about one time each round. Mika's V reversal is great for interrupting block strings and target combos. It also knocks the opponent down, which is somewhat rare, so make sure to make use of it. Alrighty dogs, now let's put it all together with some basic bread and butter combos. The button translations are in the video description below. Please request which characters you'd like to see next. If you enjoyed the guide and found it helpful, please leave a like down below. And while you're down there, go ahead and post a comment too. Tell me what you think. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more videos, because we have content on this channel every single week. It is never a dull moment on Underdog Gaming. So make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.